Unser nächster Speaker ist Peter van Roste, Geschäftsführer von Centra, der Europäischen Vereinigung der Registries. Diese vereinigt, wie Sie wahrscheinlich alle wissen, 47 Mitglieder und umfasst 70% der weltweiten Ländercode-Domains. Der Titel seines Referates, die Top-Level-Domain Landschaft in Europa. Zu Ihrer Information, dieses Referat wird in Englisch gehalten. Sollten Sie das Headset verwenden wollen für die deutsche Übersetzung, bitte hinten liegen solche noch bereit. Und ich bitte nun Peter van Roste auf die Bühne zu mir zum Pult und einen Auftrittsapplaus für ihn. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peter van Roste. I do apologize for delivering this speech in English, being a Belgian and German being one of our official languages. I would probably be expected to speak German today, but even in my wildest dreams, I would never dream of submitting you to such a torture. So hence the English. Richard Vine asked me to provide you with an overview of the CCTLD landscape in Europe. And I've been thinking for a while on what the right aspect would be. Would it be just numbers or topics or how we work or what the plans are or the future? I'll try to make it a combination of both. So I'll first discuss briefly what Centra is so that everybody has a good understanding of what our organization stands for and what we could do for you as well. Then I'll talk about what's on our mind, and then I'll provide what I hope would be information on what's on your mind. So Centra is an organization that is about 10 years old. We group the country code top-level domains in Europe. We also have some members from outside the European region, but our focus is still clearly on Europe. As I was introduced by the chair of this session, we have 47 full members. We have 8 associated members, and those consist of both CCTLDs and GTLDs. We're a Brussels-based non-profit organization. Being in Brussels helps us to liaise with the European Commission and other European institutions that are quite relevant these days for our members, but I'll come back to that a bit later on. What does Centra do? We are offering our members a platform to share information, to exchange facts and figures, to help them with their benchmarking, so that they can make sure that they provide their registrars with a service that is as good as possible, and they can learn from their peers in the other countries on how to even improve that service level. We are also supporting other CCTLDs, whether they are Centra members or not, in growing to that same level. An issue where this is very relevant is obviously security. We all benefit from a secure CCTLD world. This both on a technical level and on a legal level. We are just one of 4 regional organizations. I think we happen to be the oldest one around. The others are Asian Pacific top-level domain, AFTLD for Africa, and LACTLD for Latin America. I'm very happy to announce, and this is actually the first time that I'm using this number. It is still, it was just calculated basically this morning. The whole group of Centra members together just passed, probably at the beginning of this week, the mark of 14 million domain names, all added up. That is obviously without our GTLD members. This is just CCTLD. This is a list of our membership. I won't walk you through it. Worth mentioning is that we now cover the whole of Europe with one exception, Estonia, and I'm working on that. The last members to join was Slovakia, Turkey, and Albania. To show you what's on our mind and what we believe to be the challenges and the opportunities of our industry, I've just listed the topics that are under discussion at our meetings. both in the last quarter of 2007 and the first quarter of 2008, to give you a somewhat broader overview. In the General Assembly, which is basically the meeting where everybody, all the employees from our members can join. We have them 3 times a year. About 100 people participate every time. We're discussing ADRs, alternative dispute resolution. We're looking into marketing and new services. That could be new services to the registrars. That could be new services to the registrants. We're focusing quite a lot on security. We had exchanges with the European Commission. We had joint meetings with the European Commission on that, on all different aspects of the spectrum, technical, the legal, the general, how does the public perceive the industry, more in particular the security aspects of our industry, etc. We have 4 center members that are interested in a top-level IDM. These are Russia, Bulgaria, Greece, and Israel. They all want to get a non-controversial, plain and simple IDN in their own script. They have reached a local agreement with their internet communities, and Center is promoting their interests on an icon level, just to name one. I'll come back to IGF in a minute. It's a pretty important aspect of what we do and how we bring benefit to our membership. The administrative workshop is dealing with WHOIS, EPP, customer relations. I mentioned the benchmarking exercise. Center members have now a tool where they can basically compare their own results from a survey that they have with their peers. And it goes without saying that this provides registrars and registrants with a better service. The legal and regulatory team is these days very busy with looking into a new European proposal. Some of you might know the European Commission is currently working at the review of their electronic communications package, whereas it was obvious that the domain name sector, industry, and names were not included in the previous version. One might conclude from the first reading of the new proposal that we are. So this is obviously something that is of interest basically to all of us, not just my CCTLD members. Another thing worth mentioning is a topic which we have been fighting for some time. I have to confess with not that much success so far. It's a problem that we call internally DAD. It's basically one company, unfortunately quite successfully damaging the perception that the outside world has of our industry. They send out letters that are fairly similar to what you would expect from a registry. They're asking for a ridiculous price to be included in some database of local domain names. And some people fall victim to that. So that is where we, as Center, and our members step in to protect their registrants. Technical workshop working on DNSSEC, IPv6, denial of service attacks, the whole security package. On internet governance, we decided to be fully involved in the last IGF session in Rio. We had a couple of presentations and ways in which we participated in that forum. But the most important one, and which the only one that I do want you to remember, is that Center strongly believes that no size fits all. We want to make sure that people understand that the local internet community, the government, the CCTLD, and the ISP have evolved country by country into a model that has its own benefits for that local community. There is no need to try and harmonize the way the CCTLDs and the internet in a specific country works. A great example, for instance, was a well-appreciated participation and presentation by Austria, who explained their unique model with the foundation.